Hey guys, I'm a little floaty head-ish today. I'm trying to keep my arm braced on some books here so that I can hold my hand up a little more steadily, filming on my phone. It is Work in Progress Wednesday, again, 2 weeks after the first one. I just wanted to apologize for disappearing, and I haven't even replied to anybody's comments from that video, and I'm super behind. I didn't mean to disappear. Basically, I have been panicking about money and working and finding a job and not being able to, and not being sure what I'm gonna do for rent come October. Yeah, when you're stressing about money and you're desperately trying to find a job and you can't even get phone calls back, it's really hard to focus on crafting and making YouTube videos. And in fact, that last week I didn't really do any crafting at all, which is why I had nothing to share on Wednesday. I had done a bit more since then, so hopefully I'll film a project share video soon. But yeah, I just wanted to apologize for completely vanishing. That was not my intention. I got a little bit busy last week. My dad came over a couple times to help me with some things. And basically, yeah, just panicking about money and panicking about trying to find a job. And, I feel like I'm restricted because of the issues with my back and the pain that I get there. I'm at the point now where even though I swore off ever going back to retail, I would go back to retail just to have money coming in. The problem is, there are days where if I'm on my feet for more than an hour, I have to sit down because my back hurts. So that pretty much knocks retail out of the running, because every retail job I've ever had, they expect you to be on your feet the whole time, including if you're behind a cash register. So yeah, I have been applying for some work from home positions, as well as some out of house positions as well, but I've been really trying to find something from work from home because of the winter coming up, and I'm terrified of falling and making my back worse. So that's been interesting. And unfortunately, a lot of work from home jobs, they want you to have a landline phone and a landline internet connection, which who has that anymore in their home? It's just very bizarre. Anyways, so that is why I vanished, because I'm freaking out about money and freaking out about looking for a job. So if you have any leads on particularly work from home positions, that'd be fantastic. Like I said, my biggest issue is in the winter. So if it's something like I would have to go into an office now while the weather's still good, but once the weather turns crappy, I can work from home. That's fine. I'm just terrified of screwing up my back worse. So yeah, so that's where I've been, in Panicville. But like I said, I did do some crafting. The mini album is now finished. I'm not going to show you that. Obviously, that's a project share, but I will show you what I've got left to work with for cards and whatnot. So this is what I got left to work with. I'm filming this on my actual desk because I figured there's a little more space. And I've got one of these fancy lights from Dollarama lighting me up here a little bit. So yeah, I'm down to a couple of pages of the paper pad and some scraps. This is a scrap. I've basically got my scraps on top here. I've got a bunch of skinny little scraps that it's going to be interesting to figure out what to do with them. I've got 2 Doodle Pops left. They'll be going on cards most likely, or rather 2 Doodle Pops from the summer collection. I have another one buried in here from the spring collection that I just combined with the summer stuff. So this is what's left of the sheet of icon stickers. Managed to use up quite a few of those making the mini album. And then, yeah, I've got a couple of pieces of paper that I have sort of matched with some cardstock from my stash to make cards with. I'm going to try using the August Shootload of Cards card sketch from Call Me Crafty Al to make these, because she does have the dimensions for if you just want to make one card, which works out for when you're only using, some 6x6 paper. So I've pulled out, like I said, some these are both papers from the summer collection, and then this is a piece of cardstock, and I just pulled them out. And again, I did the same here. And then this one, I think this is this giant piece of blue cardstock that's going with these. And then down here, I've just got, basically, I pulled out cardstock that goes with these little tiny cut parts from the paper pad. I'm not really sure how I'm going to make cards out of this stuff yet, but yeah, that's basically where we're at. And somewhere in here, I've got some ephemera and stuff. There's also a Doodle Pop that's got flowers on it from the spring collection. So yeah, basically what I need to do now is make cards. I hoped to make a couple last night, but basically all I ended up doing was pairing paper with cardstock, which I guess is still part of the process. And yeah, I'm down to, like I said, a couple of pages and some scraps and some stickers. So hopefully I will be finished up with this collection soon. And this is taking me a little longer than expected. Like I said, when you're panicking about money, you're not really thinking about crafting. So hopefully I'll get this done soon, and then maybe I'll just go straight into Halloween. I don't know. Anyways, that is my work in progress Wednesday for this week. Again, I apologize for posting one video and then disappearing for 2 weeks. I hope everyone's having a better time in life than I am. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please give it a share. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click that little bell in the corner to be notified when I next upload a video. You can also check out my Instagram and the Facebook group down below. They are linked in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will hopefully be less than 2 weeks from now. Okay, bye.